Hello Marvel Heroes fans, today is a video update on Miss Marvel and also today has been a really happy day for me because I woke up, opened the stash, about to place Miss Marvel, wanted to do some number crunching and then realized that, hey, wait a minute, I don't recognize that unique with the kind of affixes before, and I went through the whole stash on her old gear that I chucked aside and I realized that Gungnir has revamped her unique. I mean, wow! It was such an emotional day. For you all new players, probably you can't really relate to the state of joy I am right now because for 2 years, 2 long years, I've been waited for this day. Since closed beta, I love Miss Marvel. On day 1, I pay cash to unlock her, to support Gungnir as well. I play her, and then those of you who has played this game for 2 years. Probably would agree with me that Miss Marvel is always so behind from the whole entire curve. It's just unbelievable how Gungnir just leave her behind. Like, at some point she was like, can't really survive, and after that they make her really tanky, but her DPS was so miserable. It's so uninteresting to play. After that they went through 1 round 52 review, another round quality of review, never worked out. End up with only 3 powers to play, and that's a hero. Wow. And then 4 of her uniques are crap. So we're crap. So I mean, but as a Miss Marvel fans, I mean, we work around it, by using any hero's gear, try to make it work. And yeah, I mean, in short, today is a very happy day for me. Now, today I'm going to share with you a little bit of footage on Miss Marvel, on her Cosmic Terminal, Cosmic Petrol, just to give you some, idea how she plays like. I'm going to share with you her build, her gears as well, and the some numbers behind certain things that you may find it interesting. So I'm going to do all these things, but before I move on to the next stage of the video, now why should you play Miss Marvel? Miss Marvel is still very easy to play, very relaxing to play, but rewarding as well because you got to see her jumping around, and there are some cooldown power but not too overwhelming. You do not need to pay attention to hotbar at all because things just happen every 8 seconds, and roughly you can see the bar refill below. Like for instance, the I don't know why this bar doesn't refill. Some bugs going on. This bar should refill, by the way, and you just need to observe. Yeah, now it is still buggy. You just need to observe this bar to refill, and then once this bar is refilled, there are certain benefits that benefit certain power that I can think about. Shall I be using a infused uppercut, which is very nice, a very strong damage over time as well as direct hit, or should I be using the photonic wave, which is damage over time is not that great, but it has a very nice range to sort of like to stun target, or should I use just like this stellar flare, which sort of like destroy the mobs around me, or should I wait until it's full and then use a crush down strike to get 100 another 50% damage, extra damage. So it's wonderful. There are actually, of course, whether you want to heal yourself using infused regeneration as well, because this will consume this whole entire bar. So the playstyle is very fluid in terms of the playstyle point of view. I'll show you some footages and you probably would agree with me that things gel really nicely. There's not a lot of, you don't need to pay too much attention what's happening. You just enjoy the game while playing Miss Marvel. And her voice acting is just wonderful, It's so warming to hear her say things, and I don't know, man, I'm just such a fan of Miss Marvel. So yeah, next stage, which is the Cosmic Petrol and Cosmic Terminals. Alright, Cosmic Curse versus Miss Marvel, and it's I mean, she has quite a number of power that I could use to either jump in and do a stellar flare to draw them in and do a AoE around her, or I could do like a front cone damage like the one here to just stun everybody in front. And I mean, of course, she has the infused uppercut that's more for single target. But in a cosmic environment, she's really strong. I mean, then you have the signature that go around, just burning everybody around like this. All right, so like that, stellar flare. Then that's it, everybody die. Just done a lot of fun because she now has a few more powers to use. Unlike last time, it's only a few buttons, and now we have a little bit more, and very much like any other heroes that we have today. The good news is that then you can still fit all the major power into one hotbar, and that's always very nice to have that kind of like you know, option rather than having to dance around with your hotbar. So I always enjoyed Miss Marvel for her simplicity. Right, and yeah, that one was a stun. Okay, I can use an infused uppercut for this one, and that's it. Alright, coming over to this side, maybe I clear this side as well. Let's see how many are there. And there's Stellar Fair that I can just stun, and this one has no cooldown, although the power is a little bit weaker, but it's nice to have no cooldown and the just come back in again. You know, very nice. The mobility is just wonderful. The flow is very nice as well. So spawn them all. 1, 2, 3. All right. That's okay. Yeah. I mean, you know, that's a few button. Don't need to do anything much more than that. All right. So now it's going to face Cosmic Curse. I still have some. Okay. I just need a little bit more though. Before I could get my bounty. So now I can get my bounty, save this little girl here. Alright, come to Curse. I'm going to use a signature, although her signature is a little bit, you know, not that a lot to do. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so yep, that's all it is. Very uneventful when it comes to playing Curse versus Miss Marvel. She's pretty tough as well after her new unique review, which is kind of like a long overdue. Alright, so I'm going to show you a little bit more about other mode as well. I mean other terminals as well. Alright, Miss Marvel versus Cosmic Doom, and same drill, going in, uppercut, signature, Stellar Fair, and just keep punching, and come in again, and just keep punching. 1, 2, reapply, and that's it. So on phase 2, I'm going to use the signature, so ultimate, if that's okay, because I want to let some of you who hasn't seen her ultimates before. So her ultimates look something like that, and her ultimate's getting jammed. Well, okay, let's see. Let's do it again, man. This is going to be real. Alright. So, yep, that is her ultimate. Everything is just burned. Alright, Stellar Fair, and crash down, strike again, and that's it. So that's phase 2. Phase 3 is going to be the same thing that I'm going to repeat. Jump right in, signature, jump right in, signature, then 1, 2, then alright, just wow, gone. What? So yeah. Okay, so there's signature, by the way, forgot to use signature. Okay, so that's it. That's all. Pretty fast, I would say. Pretty fast. And no Hand of Doom. No luck today. But yeah, I mean, that is pretty enjoyable, playing against Doom. Alright. Alright, Miss Marvel versus MODOK. Where's MODOK? So that's there. And yeah, oops, she's gone. Okay, try again. Signature. And 1, 2, 3, and strike, and do that. Come on, man, MODOK. Yep, so that's it. So yeah, get a bounty thingy here. Do I have the something good? Probably not. So yeah, so that is Miss Marvel versus MODOK. Alright, Miss Marvel versus Cosmic Mandarin. Okay, signature, and yeah, I mean, this one the softest one, Mandarin. So I know, it's fun time. Still no ESP box though. I mean, I don't know how many times I farmed him, but it just never dropped. The ESP box never drops. Alright, Cosmic Kingpin, and see what kind of affixes he has. Whoa, this is like a... what the... That's a cow thingy, man. So yeah, so come on. And he... Alright, okay, that's it. And I've got a unique here, some rubbish. And in fact, I actually have something really nice on my last run with the white suit jacket, which is really high roll, as well as the... I don't know whether this is nice or not, but I think so. So yeah, but my recording software just crashed. Huh? So yeah, so that's Kingpin. Alright, Miss Marvel in Cosmic Petrol, and this is one of the hardest wave that we have, so I'm going to use the ultimate. And because it's just one of the hardest one, so hard. This one is crazy. I think the toughest one to down is in fact Magneto, and the alright, seems the group is performing pretty okay. Alright, I have to make sure that I keep my regeneration on whatever I do, because all this can be pretty hard. Pyro and Magneto, so 4 of them has to be down fast, and yep, job done. Okay, a few more bosses around. See, okay, so there is one. I can't see which one am I supposed to hit. I think the Seron is harder, so I'm going to get him. Eliminate the highest threat. Alright, signature, and that's it. Nice and easy. Miss Marvel, Cosmic Patrol. Okay, welcome back to the training room. I hope you like what you've seen, and this part of the video I'm going to talk a little bit about the rotation of Miss Marvel as well as the gear and build and so on. So in terms of the rotation, it's always you start with the crash down strike, because it gives you the vulnerability debuff for 8 seconds. So for Miss Marvel, everything is 8 seconds. So that's the only thing you need to pay attention to. And you could observe this 8 second either by using this bar here, which is the 8 second, it will fill up, or you can use the Stellar Flare cooldown, because that is the where the 8 second cooldown is. So I like heroes whereby everything just synchronized into just one nice timer itself. So that is the one thing you should use, which is the crush down strike. And the again, I mean, this thing is all bugged right now. But so once you do a crash down strike, you have one option. You have 3 options here. You use the uppercut, or the photonic wave, or the stellar flare, because all these things will deal 50% extra damage if this bar is full. My suggestion is that for single targets, always with the infused uppercut, because it has the highest DPS. I'll show a number later, but it comes with no surprise because it is just melee kind of power. It has the physical direct damage as well as the damage over time. So you should do this one, which will start taking the damage over time there, and after that immediately do a photonic wave, because that is also another damage over time. So you have 3 damage over time layers already, with the crash down strike, with the uppercut, as well as a photonic wave, and of course you do a stellar flare. All right. So very simple, that's all you need to do. And the single spender is Cosmic Haymaker. It's one of the hardest hit thing in the game. 149, 150 is the max, 40% to elite bosses, so it hits pretty hard. I mean, Brutal is close to 800. So it now hits very fast as well. It used to be a lot slower in the old days. And I mean, that's all. And now, another thing you would like to know is that, because Crush Down Strike has a 50% extra damage when this thing is full. So the question many people ask is, shall I be waiting this one until full, then I use it? The answer is no, because as you ranked up your Crush Down Strike, your cooldown actually gets shorter. So instead of 8 second cooldown, it becomes 5 second cooldown. So imagine in the span of 40 seconds, if you wait until this thing is full, you only can hit it 5 times. But if you want to do it every 5 seconds, you can hit it 8 times. So you do the mathematics behind it, the 50% is not going to be worth it. So anyway, whenever Crush Down Strike is off cooldown, use it. All right, just use it. Don't worry about it. Just use it. And and as for this one, the other two, the uppercut and the photonic wave, you do not need to reapply too often, because you do not want to disrupt your Cosmic Haymaker, which is the hardest hitting stuff that you have. All right, so these two you only apply when the stellar flare is on the max. So so let me just do the higher one here. So so what I usually do is this one, right? So you do a Crush Down Strike, then after that 1, 2, 3, and after that you wait, and then you crash down again. You wait, no uppercut, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second uppercut, wave, and then stellar flash. Just nice, right? So you look at it, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, then you can do the rotation 1, 2, 3. All right. So that is how you time the thing using this timer here. When you click to the last second, you apply the uppercut and the photonic wave, and you're fine. All right, you keep your damage over time that way. And then, of course, when it comes to the radiant cascade, which give you the kind of like photonic regeneration really fast. So usually I would I would just spam some of these guys because it's like 50% extra damage, like this one here, to just with the thing that's full. So but don't let it disrupt your cycle too much. You just let it run on its own for this one. You just spam some of these uppercuts because with 50% maybe it's worth it, but your haymaker is hitting really hard anyway. So yeah, now of course when it comes to the cosmic petrol, where it can be quite demanding in your health, so you may want to use infused regeneration every 8 seconds, right? Because that gives you extra regeneration a little bit over 6 seconds. So your 6 seconds is covered. In any case, if your passive is like let me just put back my pet. All right. So I'm leveling this pet right now, but I could actually level the other pet. All right. So now I've got this one. This pet is the one that I always use. So if you look at my power here, guess what? With a new unique, I got 50 here, I got 50 here, I got 50 here. That's like wonderful. I nearly get 50 here. In fact, if I put in my power cube, I'll get 50 here as well. This is like, whoa, and this is 48. Yeah, so anyway, I was about to say that, after you spend your photonic energy, you got damage negation 25 seconds for 6 seconds. So she is pretty nice right now. She's really nice. But, in Cosmic Petrol, also be careful. She's not that durable towards some bosses that tend to hit really hard because she doesn't have any irresistible kind of like stun. My suggestion is that to get the health costume, which will give, okay, so this one I'm using is a health costume. It gives you an invulnerable, as well as the 25 up to 3,000 health. So this is great. Check this out, man. 31,000 health, right? And with this one is 26,000 DPS gear, 26,000. And I've taken off all my health gear on. I used to have some health artifact here. I took it away as well. All right. So this is really wonderful. Now for those who follow my video before, I used to have this awesome summer shades for slot 5 and the Nizani boots for slot 4. Slot 1 I used Satan Claw, and after that slot 2 recently I changed the Lion Vest, which actually worked out pretty well as well, because she does the range and melee. Now with her new unique, there's absolutely no need to. Now of course if you look at my unit, they are pretty nice roll. Look at this number of 7 below, so I've got really nice roll already because I've been playing this for a long time. So that's why I got a 50 50 50 50 everywhere, nearly everywhere. So this is like close to 7, and if I get the 7, that is like jackpot. So yeah, I mean, look at my gear here, they are pretty nice. But all this I spend a lot of time to farm and get it as well. So I got a lot of old unique in the stash, and I'm so glad that I didn't clear away. I was about, actually this morning I was about to say, yeah, I should clear my stash after making the last video, realizing that I've got so much junk. I was about to destroy all this unique and realized that, whoa, hang on a second, they all look so awesome. So yeah, I mean, her unique are really cool right now. So I'm going to take off all the gears. I'm going to show you the build, all right, and the share with you how I build my hero. Very passionate over Miss Marvel. And if this video run over 1 hour, please forgive me because I really have so much to talk about her. No, I am sure it won't. All right, so the build is very straightforward. The crit toughness is something that damage and crit, wonderful stuff. Infused uppercut, you've seen it. This is physical power, by the way. And then the cosmic haymaker, which is also a physical power. This hit really hard. So these are the and after that I've got infused regeneration, more for the passive effect because it has the health and the health regen as well. Photonic wave is for the extra damage over time. It's very nice to stun the target far. You've seen it in my cursed terminal how I abuse that. I've got some remaining power just put into this passive there. not going to save me anyway with the with all this defense and whatnot, but it's nice to just put some point there. And then this signature, I quite like the signature. It hits okay, at least it doesn't interrupt my rotation, so it's great, because I don't really like signature whereby I can't do anything else while I'm doing some channeling in the signature. And then the stellar flare, they changed it so much. Previously it was supposed to be a charge and an explosion. It was really cool previously, but no complaint. Now it's a lot more snappy and I like it as well. All right. So, and after that, 1 point in breaker. Her flying is all right. And after that, the crash down strike, because it does have the damage overtime layer as well. So 3 damage overtime layer is wonderful. All right. So I'm going to put back all my gears, and let's talk about the gears. So I'm not going to talk about the unique anymore because I love them so much. All right. So where am I? The other two? All right, over here. So in terms of the gear, she is a hybrid. She is a physical energy hybrid. So Green Goblin Medallion works well for her. All right, because it does have the. But I wish there was a higher roll. But when it comes to Cosmic Medallion, they don't come by often, so we take what we have. This one has a really nice roll, physical energy, so I take it, and I'm grateful for that. And I always had like a ziggurat, and they helped me on the crit and crit damage rating. Also pretty nice roll here, pretty nice roll. Yes. And a metasensory as usual, +1 rank. And yeah, I mean for hybrid hero, you could put Gem of the Curse or Hand of Doom. Either one is fine. If you're comfortable with your flat damage, you can replace this one with Gem of the Curse as well. So, and I mean, if you have any other nice artifact from the age of from the Ultron mode, feel free to replace. These are just very standard stuff, except of course, Hand of Doom, which I enjoy having that on her. Rune Word is going to be a dupe, power dupe, because it gives you the very nice crit damage rating. Because without using a Gungnir, there's a bit lacking on the crit damage side, but I mean that's pretty fine. Then a bit of brutal damage rating when I hit with the physical power, that's nice. But the very good thing about the power dupe is the spirit recovery. All right. As for relics, what I usually do is that for hybrid, I give them the relics of Atlantis, because it is a crit damage rating. It applies for both energy and physical. That's wonderful. Yeah. So Power Cosmic is the one that I use for grade 70. I'm going to show you some number later comparing other legendary. For grade 80, I don't think there's anything for Miss Marvel, which is a shame, because grade 80 is supposed to give you another edge of, say, 8% extra damage. She's doing really well even without a grade 80 legendary, but I really wish that that there was a grade 80 Power Cosmic, because I know for sure I'm missing quite a fair bit just because I don't have a grade 80 legendary for her. All right, then all her legendaries are such. The ring wise, you could get this one. I mean, anything with crit damage or whatnot. I mean, melee, whatnot. I mean, it's not really nice ring. I suppose I could give her something better that is more generic to both. More maybe a bit of brutal, maybe kind of stuff. So yeah. Pet wise is this one. All my non-summoner will have this guy, which is very nice. All right. Yeah, so this one I like it a lot because Miss Marvel does both range and melee. So Spider-Man is one of the more ideal one, because I'll get a +1 fighting once I get the range and melee buff on. And then this roll is not that bad. I wish the crit damage is higher, but that's fine. And they buff my brutal as well. So this is actually one of the, I really like this one. In terms of the costume affixes, it's going to be crit damage rating. I don't know, my grey one is still there. Huh, strange. Yeah, maybe I gave up somehow. What did I do? Oh, never mind. Yeah, so this one has a life on hit, so it helps. As well, it's a bit of energy and physical. But for my health one is the one that gives me the invulnerability, that one that I've shown you. All right, so I mean that's all I want to talk about. And if you are interested in a range build, I think this would be the one for her. that give the stellar beam and the photonic devastation and so on. But I'll share with you the numbers later in case you would like to go the other way, which is ranged. All right. And the about Omega system, my favorite topic. 10 points on spin tech, and the a bit 3 on here, 6 on here. Give her a little bit of health. She actually need it. This is the for the crits and the brutal. You know, this I dump the points here. Nothing to really shout about. Here also I dump points here. I mean, at the end of the day, maybe I just push on the brutal side, since her flat damage seems alright with the power cosmic. Then after that, I need the health as well. May as well get some strength, because about 61% of her damage come from physical. So maybe I just get some here for the health as well. Gil suppression for the brutal strike, as well as the crit damage rating, a little bit of that from the neural implant. And the for hybrid physical energy, so this is the one that gives me the extra 8%. So it is somewhat like a +2 strength and +2 energy without the benefit of cost reduction. Again, points dumper, nothing really sure about here. I enjoy this one because as a hybrid, I need all 10 fighting. And I use melee, so this will benefit me as well. 360 critical damage rating, as well as the 4 points on Sabertooth on the brutal and brutal damage. Alright, so that's all I have, guys. And the hero synergy wise, I don't think there's anything I would like to really touch on to. Nothing really special, just the usual suspect on the crit, on the flat damage, as well as a bit on physical, a bit on energy. That's about it. Thor is nice, by the way. There are 3 +3 on both physical and energy. Nothing really to talk about here. All right, so yeah, I mean, I have this costume, guys, and I have this one as well, all crafted ones, and I have this one is a default one, which I really like. I think she has one of the best default costume. Beautiful. And I have this one crafted as well. So yeah, I mean, it's like Odin said to me, go and play Miss Marvel. All right, so the next part of the video is about the numbers and so on. For those who would like to stay on to see the spreadsheet, I'll share with you why I picked this build, and also if you want to go range, maybe want to take a look at some of my numbers as well. All right. Alright, last part of the video is about the how I look through all her numbers and so on as I'm doing my study before I pick any build. So I always start with the Miss Marvel, with any hero without any gear, no Omega point, no hero synergy, no team up gear and passive and so on, and take down all the numbers. So the number looks really tiny, of course. These are without gear. So how do you start looking at this one? If you look at infused uppercut, for instance, it's actually pretty small. It's about 10k DPS. But it gets buffed, of course, if you have the full photonic energy, which is what you have. Now that's why I say the photonic wave actually is pretty low. Alright, the signature also pretty low as well. Signature, as always, is always a bit low in DPS during the long cooldown. It has its other utility for burst. And stellar flare as well is even lower. So in contrast, this one is pretty high. See what I mean? See what I'm doing there, huh? And after that, the crash down strike is the one that has 18,000 with the 50% buff, but usually we don't have the 50% buff. It's about 12k. So number wise, roughly what kind of power you want to pick anyway. And the highest one, of course, is the Cosmic Haymaker, which is this guy here. Evasive Blast is something quite interesting, but it kind of like it pushed the hero backwards, so you can't really spam that, although it's pretty high in DPS. I think it's more for PvP. I don't know what the use of this one. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that one. If you are in your range, so Stellar Beam is one option, but you only buff 6 seconds out of 8, so your DPS is about 31,000 versus the 37,000. But it is still better than the devastation. The photonic devastation is 26,000. So, but of course, if you have attack speed, you get buffed up. So it's 26,000 versus the 31,000. I will take the beam anytime, the stellar beam. So yeah, I mean, if you are into ranged build, then you replace the Cosmic Haymaker with this guy here. But you still would need to use a Crashdown Strike though, I think. So it's going to be a little bit of like a moving around for you to get out of the range. But Crashdown Strike has a very large radius, so yeah, just replace this one with this one and suddenly you have a range build. Yeah, and then you don't get to have the infused uppercut as well, so it seems a little bit lacking though, so I wouldn't recommend the range build for you. End game wise, this is a very interesting things for you to see. Before today's unique update, I've took down all the numbers and I've got like the number here. And after that, with today's unique upgrade, and guess what? This number went up by 17.88% just on the DPS without crit, without brutal. I mean, the gears are really good. If you get the max roll, the gears are really good. Yeah. So the reason why I do this is that I want to see what's the difference between the physical and energy, because coincidentally, physical is the melee, energy is the range. So I don't need to separate the range and melee. It's going to be physical and energy. So I look into all this, like I think it's bolded, the one that I have, and worked out the rotation DPS. Now, because I won't show you the rotation. The rotation kind of boring. I just want to know how much of time I spend on Cosmic Haymaker. I realized that, excuse me, only half the time I'm using the Cosmic Haymaker, maybe a little bit more. So I'm actually taking a animation penalty on the Cosmic Haymaker when I derive the entire rotation DPS. Because it works differently, yeah. So I add everything up and I get the speed is about 61%, 39%. What it really means is that I cannot afford not to look into energy DPS. I cannot afford that. So in terms of the legendary, I factored that as well. I will not go through a detail here. I've done it in so many other videos, but I just would like to just show you some of the number. I actually separate the physical energy itself and the and a different kind of boost, and I input the 61-39% from the rotation study itself. So in terms of power, Cosmic with 2 damage type is still within 99%. It's probably one of the best legendary you can get for her. The other option, of course, is the X, but because you only benefit, you only get the 60% from physical. So, it is going to be a waste looking into grade 80 action, and it's going to be just 1% different anyway. Gungnir as well, so yeah, I mean, everything is roughly the same. Power Cosmic is still the best legendary you can get, and you don't have any grade 80 options. So I don't know whether it's good news to you or not, but it's good news to me. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video on Miss Marvel, and as always, drop any comments and feedback in the comment below. Alright, see you next time. Bye bye.